All right, ready to dig in. Today, we're tackling flower and garden shop management. Big interview coming up.
I've got your back.
We're using RoleCatcher, by the way. They've got career guides, tons of interview questions.
Oh, and their AI tools are supposed to be amazing for tailoring your answers.
Yeah, like having a cheat sheet for the interview.
Okay, so before we get lost in the weeds of interview questions,
A good one.
let's set the scene. Flower and garden shop manager. Sounds dreamy, right?
It's more than just pretty flowers, though. You're running the whole show.
Staff, inventory, displays.
You're like the conductor of an orchestra, but with blooms and greenery.
Love that analogy. Speaking of conducting your career, RoleCatcher's AI can help with your resume too.
It's wild. Analyzes your resume, suggests keywords, make sure you stand out, especially with all those automated systems.
Okay, enough resume talk. Let's get to the heart of this deep dive interview questions. RoleCatcher gave us 10 sample questions specifically for aspiring flower and garden shop managers.
We're going to break down each one, what the interviewer is looking for, how to answer.
And I'll throw in some potential follow-up questions just to keep you on your toes.
I'm ready. Hit me with the first one.
Can you tell us about your experience in the floral industry?
Sounds simple enough, but I'm guessing there's a catch.
It's about showing your passion, not just listing jobs, but did you volunteer at a garden?
Or were you the kid obsessed with houseplants?
Exactly. Even early experiences show your love for plants. It's about painting a picture.
So instead of just, I worked at X Florist for Y years, I should.
You could say, my love for flowers started in my grandma's garden, then I volunteered at a nursery and see the difference.
Okay, I like it. What about follow-up questions?
They might ask, what excites you most about this industry? Or what's a recent trend that caught your eye? Be ready to connect your story to the bigger picture.
All right, challenge accepted. Question number 2.
How do you handle difficult customers? Everyone's got stories.
Oh, don't remind me.
This one is about staying calm, finding solutions. Think of a time you turned a frown upside down.
Should I describe a specific situation?
Definitely. Use the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. Keep it brief, but show how you handled the problem.
So, like, if a customer was angry because their bouquet wilted too quickly, I could say, I encountered a situation where a customer was unhappy with the lifespan of their lilies.
And then how you solved it. Offered a replacement, explained the care.
Right. So it's not about being right, but about problem solving.
Exactly. Now follow up. Think like the interviewer.
How do you turn a negative experience into a positive one? Maybe.
Good. Or how do you prevent this from happening again? Quality control and all that. You're on a roll.
Okay, what's next?
This one's about leadership. Can you describe your experience managing a team? They want to see you can inspire, not just boss people around.
So saying I was in charge of 5 people isn't enough.
Give them examples. Did you improve team performance, resolve conflicts, show them how you lead, don't just tell them?
Focus on the impact, not just the facts.
Exactly. I noticed my team struggled with communication, so I implemented. Then describe what you did, what changed.
Okay, I'm getting it. Curveball follow-up.
How do you delegate effectively? Or what's your approach to feedback? Be ready to talk about developing your team, not just managing them.
Wow, these are good, making me think. Okay, hit me with question 4.
Can you tell us about a time you handled a high-pressure situation? Deep breaths, we've all been there.
Oh, I have. One Valentine's Day, the rose delivery truck was delayed. Talk about pressure.
Perfect example. This question is about your grace under fire. How did you fix it? Communicate.
So I could say, because of a delivery delay on Valentine's Day, and then how I calmed everyone down, came up with the plan.
Kept the customers happy, right? You nailed it.
Yeah.
Problem-solving, composure. All in one story. Now follow up.
How do you prioritize when everything's urgent? Or maybe, how do you stay calm under pressure?
Spot on. Always be one step ahead.
Okay, feeling good. What's
Yep.
question 5?
Time to show off your passion for the industry. How do you stay up to date on trends and best practices?
Finally, my gardening magazine obsession pays off.
That's a start, but dig deeper. Do you go to conferences? Experiment with new plants?
Follow those fancy floral designers on Instagram.
Yes. And connect it to what you do. I read journals, but I also attend. Then list other ways you learn and get inspired.
Okay, challenge time. What's a tricky follow-up for this one?
What trend excites you and how would you bring it to this shop? Or what outdated practice needs to go? They might flip the script on you.
Ooh, those are good. Okay, let's move on to question number 6. What have you got?
Can you describe a time you made a difficult decision that impacted your team or customers?
This sounds serious. Not like choosing roses over lilies for the window.
Think bigger. Weighing different factors, maybe not enough information, like letting go of an employee or a product recall even.
So what should I focus on?
Your process. How did you gather information? Who did you talk to? They want to see you're thoughtful, not impulsive.
Okay, say I had to decide whether to stop selling a popular but low-profit plant. How do I explain that?
We had this customer favorite that wasn't making enough money. So I looked at the sales data, considered feedback, and take them through your steps.
And then the decision and why it was good for the business, even if it was tough.
Exactly. You're a tough decision maker, but you care about the business. Follow up, what do you think?
Let me see. How do you handle pushback from people when you make these decisions? Or maybe, how do you evaluate the long-term impact?
You're a mind reader. Always anticipate those deeper questions.
Okay, bring on question number 7. I'm ready.
How do you ensure a positive and welcoming environment for both customers and employees?
Ah, the warm and fuzzy question.
Eh.
Creating that good vibe.
It's more than just a pretty shop. Think about the little things that make people feel special.
So things I've done to create that positive atmosphere.
Yes. Did you have an employee recognition program? A cozy reading nook? Give them examples that show you care.
Once, I started a plant adoption program for unwanted plants. Good for the environment. And it gave the shop a community feel.
Love it. Initiative, creativity. What follow-up do you think they might ask about this?
Maybe, how do you balance customer needs with employee needs? Or how do you make sure everyone feels valued?
You're a follow-up question machine. That's exactly what they want to hear. Thinking deeper.
All right, question number 8. Bring it on.
This one's about business. How would you approach setting and achieving sales goals for our shop? CEO hat time.
I'm a numbers person. This is my jam.
It's not just about numbers, though. It's market trends, customer behavior, turning those into strategies.
So specifics, sales initiatives, loyalty programs, that kind of thing.
Yes. Tell them about times you've boosted sales, reached new customers. Did you launch a cool marketing campaign?
Once I did a garden makeover package consultation discounts. It increased sales and built relationships.
Excellent initiative results. What follow-up do you expect here?
How do you track if your strategies are working? Or what do you do if sales are low? Probably something like that. You're like a mind reader.
Okay, feeling unstoppable. Ready for number 9?
Hit me.
Can you describe your experience managing inventory? It's the not-so-glamorous side, but important.
Especially in a flower shop. Keeping everything fresh is key.
It's about ordering, storing, tracking, especially those delicate plants. Can you anticipate demand, minimize waste? That's what they want to know.
Should I mention the specific systems I've used?
If you have, yes. But even if not, highlight your organization skills, attention to detail.
I'm good at anticipating seasonal demand, keeping track of stock. How can I say that effectively?
You could say, I've learned to anticipate seasonal demand and adjust inventory. Like, for the spring rush, I increased orders for popular plants and set up a pre-order system. Something like that.
Follow-up question.
How do you handle damaged goods? Or, what are your strategies to reduce waste, keep things fresh? Details matter.
Okay, I think I'm ready for the final question in this set. What's number 10?
Back to the visual. How would you approach creating attractive and effective displays in our shop? Your time to shine.
I always picture myself making the shop like a living art piece. Colors, textures.
Visual merchandising is about creating an experience. It's more than just pretty. It should make people want to buy.
So talk about specific displays I've created. Maybe themes for different seasons.
Yes. Think about color, lighting, signage. Did you create a mood, draw attention to certain products?
I did a tropical paradise theme once.
Yeah.
With a little waterfall and orchids. Customers loved it.
See, you've got the touch. Creative, detail-oriented. Now follow-up time.
Maybe. How do you tie in the shop's brand and marketing messages? Or how do you keep the displays fresh and on trend?
You're amazing. Reading their minds now.
Okay, I think I can handle anything they throw at me. But before we wrap up...
Hold on. We've got more to cover. RoleCatcher's got some really challenging questions, and we need to talk more about their AI tools.
Sounds like we're just getting started. Stay tuned for more deep dive strategies to land that dream job.
Welcome back. We're diving deeper into those flower and garden shop manager interview questions.
Ready for round 2? What do you got?
This one's a bit more business-focused. How familiar are you with different pricing strategies for floral arrangements and plants?
Ooh, okay. Got to think about cost, value. It's a balancing act.
They want to see you understand it's not just about putting a random price tag on something.
It's about market trends. what your competitors are doing.
And making sure customers feel like they're getting a good deal while you're still making a profit.
Should I mention specific pricing models I've worked with?
If you have, absolutely. But even if not, talk about the things you'd consider when setting prices.
Cost materials, labor.
Market demand, competitor pricing, show them you're thinking strategically.
Okay, so say I'm pricing a new line of fancy orchids. How do I approach that?
You could say, with premium orchids, I'd think about the rarity, the cost of care, and what our target customer values. Something like that.
And any experience I have with market research or competitor analysis?
Definitely. It shows you're data-driven, making informed decisions, not just guessing.
What about follow-up questions? What might they ask about pricing?
Maybe, how would you adjust prices if the market changes? Or, how do you stay competitive but profitable?
Ooh, good ones. Makes you think.
All right, ready for the next challenge?
Bring it on.
How would you use social media to promote the shop and engage with customers?
This is where I shine. I love connecting with people online.
Social media is huge for any business these days, especially retail.
It's all about showcasing your products, building that brand awareness.
They want to see if you know how to use Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all of them, really.
Should I talk about specific strategies? Running contests, working with influencers, that kind of thing?
Exactly. Tell them about campaigns you've run or even just ideas you have. Get creative.
I had an idea to make short videos about unique floral arrangements, plant care tips, post them on Instagram, maybe TikTok, to reach a younger audience.
Love that. You're showing them you understand the platforms and how to target different people.
Follow-up time.
How would you measure if your social media is working? Or how do you deal with negative comments? Those are common ones.
Okay, I'm ready for the next one. Hit me.
Okay, this one's about team management. How would you handle a conflict between two employees that's impacting their work?
Conflict resolution. Got to keep things harmonious.
It's about showing you can lead, mediate, create a positive work environment.
They want to see I can nip those problems in the bud, right?
Exactly. And prevent them from affecting customers, too.
So should I talk about active listening, open communication, finding a solution that works for everyone?
Yes. Walk them through your process. Show them you're empathetic and fair.
Okay, so I could say something like, I'd meet with each employee separately, then have a mediated conversation all together.
And emphasize confidentiality, making sure everyone feels safe to talk openly.
Follow-up question, what do you think?
They might ask, how would you prevent similar conflicts in the future? Or, what if one employee keeps causing problems? Think about those long-term solutions.
Okay, bring on the next challenge.
This one's a mix of creativity and business. What are some ideas you have for attracting new customers and expanding our customer base?
Time to brainstorm.
They want someone who thinks outside the box, comes up with fresh ideas.
So partnering with other businesses, maybe hosting events, coming up with unique products or services?
Yes. Show them you understand marketing, different customer groups.
What if I suggested partnering with a yoga studio? Offer plants and mindfulness workshops? Combine plant care with relaxation?
I love that. Unique, on-trend, and it reaches a whole new group of people.
Follow-up question.
Probably something like, how would you measure if it's successful? Or what about the budget for these ideas? Always got to think practical, too.
Right. Okay, I'm ready for more.
This one shifts gears a bit. How would you approach building strong relationships with our vendors and suppliers?
It's all about collaboration, mutual respect.
They want to see you understand that those relationships are crucial.
It's how you get the best products, keep things running smoothly.
Exactly. It's about negotiation, communication, building trust.
So things like regular check-ins, clear communication, making sure we pay on time.
Yes. And share examples of how you've negotiated good deals, solved problems with vendors.
Once, I worked with a local grower to get a special type of rose for Valentine's Day. We built a great relationship, both passionate about quality.
Perfect. You're a relationship builder. Now, what kind of tricky follow-up might they ask about vendors?
Maybe. What if a vendor keeps delivering late, or the quality's bad, or how do you make sure we're getting the best prices?
You're on a roll. You're thinking like a pro.
All right, give me the next one.
This one's big picture. What are your thoughts on the future of the floral and garden industry, and how do you see yourself contributing?
Oh, I have so many ideas. Sustainability, technology, it's an exciting time.
They want to see your passion, that you're not just stuck in the past.
So things like houseplants being trendy, locally sourced flowers.
Yes, and be specific. How would you bring these trends into the shop?
What if we had a plant subscription box? curated selections, personalized care instructions.
Love it. Innovative, on trend, and it creates recurring revenue.
Okay, follow-up time.
They'll probably ask, how would you actually make this happen? Or does it fit with the company's mission? Think about those practical details.
Got it. Ready for more? What's next?
How would you promote diversity and inclusion within our team and customer base?
This is so important, making everyone feel welcome and valued.
They're looking for more than just lip service. It should be a core value woven into everything.
So things like diverse hiring, sensitivity training, making sure our marketing reflects the community.
Yes, real, concrete actions. Have you partnered with any organizations? What resources have you used?
I started a mentorship program once, pairing experienced employees with new hires from different backgrounds, helped with training, and made everyone feel included.
Great example. Shows you're proactive and thoughtful about building an inclusive environment.
What about a follow-up on this one?
They might ask, what if an employee or customer says something discriminatory? Or, how do we make sure our shop is accessible to everyone? Those are important considerations.
I'm ready for anything. What else have you got?
Let's talk plant knowledge. How do you stay informed about the latest developments in plant care and horticulture?
Always learning new things. It's part of the fun.
They want to see you're passionate, a lifelong learner, always improving your skills.
So mentioning books, workshops, online resources I use.
Absolutely. Any certifications? What plant experts do you admire?
I'm really interested in biodynamic gardening. Been experimenting with compost teas, natural pest control.
Love it. It's personal, and it shows you're dedicated to sustainable practices.
Follow-up time.
Probably. How do you apply all this knowledge in the shop? Or what's a cool new thing you learned, and how would you share it with customers?
I'm ready to share my plant wisdom. Okay, what's next?
Let's get creative. How would you create a unique and memorable customer experience in our shop?
Every customer interaction is an opportunity to wow them, right? It's more than just selling something.
Exactly. It's about building loyalty, getting people talking about your shop.
So a warm welcome, personalized advice, maybe going above and beyond with little touches.
Yes. Share examples of how you've made customers feel special, giving them that wow moment.
What if we had a floral fragrance bar? Customers could blend their own perfumes using essential oils from flowers.
Now, that's thinking outside box. Sensory experience, personalization, you're on the right track.
Okay, follow time?
Maybe something like, how do you measure if it's working? Or does it fit with our brand and target customer?
I'm feeling inspired. What's next on our interview question adventure?
Let's not forget the not-so-fun part of retail. How would you handle customer complaints or negative feedback?
Every complaint is a chance to learn and improve, right?
They want to see you can handle those tough conversations, make things right.
So active listening, acknowledging their feelings, a sincere apology.
Exactly. Walk them through your process. Show them you're a problem solver who cares about customer satisfaction.
And always follow up to make sure they're happy and learn from the experience, right?
You got it. You're showing commitment to continuous improvement. Follow-up question, what do you think?
How do you prevent similar complaints in the future? Maybe. Or what if a customer's being totally unreasonable? Those are tough ones.
You're a customer service rock star.
Okay, bring on the next challenge.
How would you approach educating customers about proper plant care and ensuring their success with their purchases?
I love sharing my plant knowledge. It's so rewarding to see people succeed with their plants.
They want someone who's not just knowledgeable, but a good teacher. Someone who can empower customers.
So providing detailed care instructions, maybe offering workshops or making helpful videos.
Exactly. Tell them about times you've helped customers overcome plant problems or introduce them to something new.
What about a Plant Parent 101 workshop series? Cover the basics of caring for popular houseplants.
Great idea. Educational and positions you as the expert.
Follow-up time.
Maybe. How do you adjust your advice for different people with different experience levels? Or what if someone's plant is dying, even though they're trying their best? Those are real-world scenarios you might face.
Okay, I'm ready to help those plant parents thrive. What's next?
What are some ideas you have for expanding our product offerings or services to meet evolving customer needs?
Time to put on my innovation hat.
They're looking for someone who's not afraid to try new things, stay ahead of the curve.
So maybe offering terrarium workshops, partnering with a local bakery for flower-infused treats, or a plant concierge service for busy people who need help with their plants.
I love those ideas. Creative, and they address different customer needs. You're thinking like an entrepreneur.
I had an idea to partner with an artist, create limited edition flower pots with nature-inspired designs. blends art and nature, and it's sustainable.
Fantastic. It's unique, on trend, and it taps into that desire for personalized things.
Okay, follow-up time.
How would you market these new offerings? Or what about the logistics actually making this happen?
You always make me think about the practical side.
Gotta keep it real. All right, you ready for another one?
Hit me.
How would you approach setting and achieving sales goals for our shop?
Ah, sales goals.
Mm-hmm.
Ambitious, but achievable.
Yeah.
That's my motto.
They want to see that you understand how important sales goals are.
It's not just about the money, it's about measuring how we're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And using that information to improve. They want a strategic thinker, someone who can motivate their team.
So talking about promotions, loyalty programs, upselling, that kind of thing.
Yes. Share your wins. Tell them about times you've boosted sales or reached new customers.
I once implemented a referral program, gave existing customers a reason to recommend us to their friends. It really helped us grow.
Love it. You're showing initiative and a data-driven approach.
What kind of follow-up question do you expect on this one?
Probably something like, how do you track if it's working? Or what do you do if you're not hitting your targets?
Makes sense. They want to see I can adapt.
All right, ready for the next one?
Bring it on.
How would you approach managing employee schedules and ensuring adequate coverage during peak times and holidays?
The scheduling puzzle. It's all about finding that balance.
They want someone who can make a schedule that's fair, efficient, and make sure the shop is always staffed properly.
Especially during those crazy holiday rushes.
Right. Can you anticipate staffing needs? Manage time off requests, deal with unexpected absences? Those are all key skills.
So I should talk about specific systems I've used, strategies for peak times, and how I handle those tricky scheduling requests.
Exactly. Tell them about how you've saved on overtime costs, kept employees happy, and made sure the shop runs smoothly.
Once, I set up a system where employees could swap shifts online, gave them more flexibility, and it made it so much easier to fill gaps.
Great example. It shows you're innovative and you care about employee well-being.
Follow-up question time. What do you think they'll ask?
Maybe something like, what if someone always wants time off during the busiest season? Or how do you make sure overtime is distributed fairly?
Good points. I'll have to think about that.
All right, ready for the next challenge?
Hit me.
How would you approach maintaining a safe and secure work environment in our shop?
Safety first. Everyone deserves to feel safe at work.
They want someone who takes safety seriously, who's proactive, and who can handle emergencies.
So talking about safety inspections, employee training, emergency plans.
Yes. Tell them about how you've created a culture of safety, make sure you're following all the rules, and minimized risks.
I once implemented a system where employees had to report any potential hazards, even near misses. It helped us catch things before they became big problems.
That's fantastic. You're showing that you're proactive and data-driven when it comes to safety.
What about a follow-up on this one?
Maybe something like, what if an employee refuses to follow safety rules? Or how do you make the shop accessible and safe for people with disabilities?
Great questions. I'm ready to create a safe and welcoming space for everyone. Okay, what's next?
It's time for a fun one. What are some of your favorite plant varieties, and why do they resonate with you?
Finally. I love talking about my plant friends.
They're not just looking for a list of names. They want to see your passion, hear your stories.
So I can talk about plants that are beautiful, unique, easy to care for.
Yes. Let your personality shine through. Share what you love.
I'm obsessed with air plants. They're low maintenance, come in so many varieties, and they just look so cool. I could talk about how I display them, the different types I have.
Perfect. You're showing your knowledge and your enthusiasm.
All okay.
Maybe, how would you use these plants in the shop? Or what care tips would you give customers? Connect it back to the job.
Ready to spread the air plant love.
Okay, what else do we have?
Let's talk about returns and exchanges. It's part of retail life.
Gotta keep those customers happy, even when things go wrong. They want someone who's empathetic, who can find solutions, and who can turn a negative experience into a positive one.
So emphasizing clear communication, explaining the policy, and being willing to go the extra mile.
Exactly. Walk them through your process, show them you care about customer satisfaction.
And always follow up to make sure they're happy and learn from the experience.
You got it. Continuous improvement is key. Follow-up question, what do you think?
Maybe something like, how do you prevent returns in the first place? Or what if someone's trying to return something that's clearly their fault?
You're handling those tricky questions like a pro.
Okay, I'm feeling good about my return and exchange skills. What's next?
Time to put on your marketing hat. How would you approach developing and implementing a marketing plan for our shop? Welcome back for the final part of our deep dive. You've tackled a ton of questions, but now it's time to fine-tune those answers. Make them sparkle.
Okay, I'm all about sparkle. What's the secret?
Remember those personal stories we talked about? Those are gold.
Instead of just saying, I'm a good leader, I should.
Tell them about a time you led your team through a challenge. Maybe a huge holiday rush or a last-minute event.
Ah, so instead of listing skills, I show them in action.
Exactly. It makes you more memorable, more human.
What about showing enthusiasm? That's got to be important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This job should light you up. Let that excitement show in your voice, your energy, when they ask about your experience.
Don't just say, I worked at this shop, then that shop. I should say something like,
Try this. Working in a flower shop wasn't just a job, it was a chance to bring beauty into people's lives.
I loved helping couples find the perfect bouquet, or guiding someone to their first house plant. Yeah, I like that.
See, it's personal, it's engaging.
Okay, what about those career insights from RoleCatcher? How do we work those in?
Those show you've done your research, you're serious about this path if they ask about your goals.
I could say, I've been looking at RoleCatcher's career guide, and I'm really interested in the leadership development aspects.
Perfect. Then tie it to your own ambitions. I see myself starting as an assistant manager, learning the ropes, and eventually leading a team of my own.
It shows I'm thinking long-term, not just about the first job.
Exactly. Okay, any other questions before we wrap up?
This all makes me feel more prepared, but what about handling the actual interview nerves? Any tips?
Practice, practice, practice. The more you rehearse, the smoother you'll be. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can give you feedback on your answers too.
Oh, right. It's like having a personal interview coach in my pocket.
Exactly. So use it. Practice your answers, get feedback, and go in there with confidence.
I'm feeling so much more confident already thanks to this deep dive.
And remember, skills and strategies are great, but let your passion shine through. That's what will really make you stand out.
To everyone listening, thank you for joining us. We hope this has equipped you to ace that interview.
Good luck, and remember, bloom where you're planted.